Alright, well, here we go. Um, this has been coming for a while now. And it's been a long time since I actually had a chance to talk to you guys just straight up like this one-on-one. And what better way to talk to you guys than at the beginning of this new channel, Cruz Does Stuff. Now, I wanted to explain a couple things for those you guys. First off, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I'm hitting the camera with this mic setup. Basically, I'm in my living room right now because Wild just got finished streaming and she's talking to her sister and everything, and I'm just taking the time to tell you guys why I changed from Cruz Productions to Cruz Does Stuff, and that really comes to two main factors. And let's get the big one out of the way. First and foremost is the biggest thing was for handles on Twitch and YouTube and search engine optimization. I don't know if anybody has done Twitch and YouTube or watching me who make videos, but say for example you are searching up somebody by name. You want your name to relatively stand out. And Cruz Does Stuff is kind of funny, so people will remember it. But on Twitch, I was the Cruz Productions because Cruz Productions was already taken. Funny enough. So I wanted to keep Cruz Productions. I was very set on that. So I kept Cruz Productions for a long time with the in the front. But over time, it became a problem because how many names out there start with the word the. And when YouTube started rolling out their handles, I went to apply for Cruz Productions. Guess which one was already taken? So that was what really made me want to restart this rebrand. I actually credited my sister-in-law, Puplova, twitch.tv/Puplova, for mainly coming up with the idea for the name. And while on this channel, you've seen me do a variety of things. You've seen me do old Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, Spider-Man. You've seen me do a lot of wrestling things, and that's not going to change. My channel content is going to be more plentiful, but it's not necessarily going to change. That brings me to reason number 2 why I changed to Cruz Does Stuff is because on Twitch and on YouTube, I am a variety gamer. I play many various types of games, and I really wanted to keep a theme that kind of went with that. I went for Cruz Productions because I was going to make a bunch of skits. I was going to make a bunch of short-form content, a bunch of long-form content, podcasts, and basically make a brand around it, but that's not necessarily something I have done with it. I want to continue to make stuff, and I will try to make stuff like that if I can. But at this point in my life, with work being a constant thing and just getting life together and limited amount of time I have, I want to focus on just doing stuff, right? Cruz Does Stuff. And the biggest thing that allows me to do, changing my name to Cruz Does Stuff, which does sound silly. You guys can give me your best Cruz Does blank in the comments below and thumbs up this video if you could. But the biggest thing that made me want to do this name is because that way I could always and forever refer to myself as Cruz, which is what I have been doing. People call me Cruz all the time anyway. But if I keep myself called Cruz, I am going to call myself, I'm just going to say, hi, I'm Cruz. Nice to meet you. And this is the channel, or the channels, or platforms that I do stuff. I probably should have explained what I was doing first. Basically, if you don't know, you just watched me without explaining this, I am rebranding. All this around here on Twitch and on YouTube were Cruz Productions, or the Cruz Productions on Twitch. And I was Cruz Productions for years. for maybe 5-6 years between the two platforms. And I have changed that. I have changed that to, I still kept Cruz, to Cruz Does Stuff. Which is literally, I'm Cruz, these are the channels, these are the platforms where I post stuff and do stuff. So, on Twitch, on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Twitter, you will find me at Cruz Does Stuff. There's one platform that I have that I am going to be setting up to do stuff on that I don't have Cruz Does Stuff on. And we'll get to that in here in a second. But the biggest thing is I had a couple ideas of different names to do. I can hear them talking in the background. That's kind of distracting. I had a couple ideas of names I wanted to be. Cruise Control, awesome. Cruise Control, especially if it was like the control key, even better. Cruise Plays, stuff like that. And most of them were already taken because, unfortunately for me, Cruise is a very common name. Right? But we looked into Cruise Does Things and Cruise Does Stuff. And what Wild pointed out is I feel like you could make so many more messed up jokes at Cruise Does Things. But if Wild just poked her head out, you could say hi. I'm just recording. That's all. I see a ring around right now because I'm looking dead at the ring.
Oh, I've got a halo.
You do.
Fuck off.
Wow. I love you.
Love you.
Love you more.
No, you dickhead. Bye.
She was the one who actually pointed out the fact that Cruz Does Things sounds sus.
It does.
Which is why we landed on Cruz Does Stuff. And that allows me to
Cruz
still
does
be...
your mom.
My challenge, I want to leave this video up on YouTube with a challenge to the comments. On the comments below, write Cruz Does blank as funny as you can. Try to be relatively appropriate, but Cruz Does blank, and I want to see which ones the funniest ones are. I'll leave a little heart next to it. But this rebrand has been taking for a while now. I've been trying to figure out what the heck to do. I wanted to get just Cruz Productions. That's all I wanted. But when it became apparent that I couldn't have that while getting to people the best way I can, it was about time for a change. A change that really, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't mean too much. I mean, yeah, it's drastic that green ain't my color representing the channel anymore. That's a big shocker. It's got to be blue. And then the other big thing is that I'm going to be just referred to as Cruz. I'm not going to be called Cruz Does Stuff. You just call me Cruz. And these are the platforms. These are the places where you will see me do stuff. And that's amazing, actually. Because that way I don't have to call myself Cruz Productions. I don't have to refer to myself as a big name. I could just be Cruz. Like I always have been. And I always will be. I'm super excited for the future. You're going to see some videos coming out. I'm going to try to... I'm still working out the schedule right now. But basically right now I currently stream every Tuesday and every Saturday. My goal is on Mondays and Fridays to upload a video on here of a gameplay, of stream, gameplay, highlights, stuff like that. Starting with this Monday, I'm going to be playing starting a relatively spooky season game on Halloween, which it's going to carry over to next month, but whatever. A game that I started playing, didn't finish. We'll try to get that resolved. But I was just about to say it again. I was going to say I've been Michael Cruz, you've been watching a Cruz production. But you're not. My name has been Cruz. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hit the thumbs up button. Leave your funniest Cruz Does blank in the comments below. And this is going to be fun. We're going to have some fun. Alright, see you!